How long has it been since lockdown?
It started in December and it's April now, so more than 3 months now.
3 months? I feel like it's been around 6 months. Because I haven't gotten a haircut for this long, and that's why I'm wearing a cap.
And it has been extended for one more month, so the whole April we would be in lockdown again.
Okay, well, let's start with the video.
Hello guys and welcome to another video. Right now we are sitting in our Toronto condo and making this video. It's April 2nd and the lockdown has been extended for one more month. We have been in lockdown since December, so this is now 4th month. So in ideal situation, we would have been in Japan right now enjoying the Cherry Blossom Festival, which usually happens around March end and April. But that is not possible and we are in Toronto right now.
And since that is not possible for us, we thought we would just reminisce the moments that we were in Washington DC during their Cherry Blossom Festival exactly 2 years ago. Now, I wish I would be able to show you a lot of footage from back then, but I may have deleted it by mistake.
He definitely did delete them.
Anyway, so let's just dig in.
So as soon as we booked our flight, the next step was to book our hotel for one night stay. So we booked a hotel next to White House. It was just 1 block away because we didn't want to rent a car in DC. Parking is a very big hassle and we knew we would be near that area throughout our trip.
So you can see on the map, this is the White House, this is the National Mall, and this is where our hotel was, which was very close to where the White House and the mall is.
So Anish, do you remember we took a really early morning flight from Atlanta when it was still dark outside and landed in DC around 7 or 8 a.m.?
8 a.m. I believe.
8 a.m. Yeah. And the airport was really beautiful. It had all the gold paneling and high ceilings. I was really impressed with the airport.
Indeed, it was a very, very beautiful airport. And from there, once we had our baggage, we took an Uber straight to our hotel, where we dropped off our bags at the concierge since our check-in wasn't until around 3 p.m. Took our camera bag and then we set off for the White House.
So we just spent 15 to 20 minutes at the White House taking some pictures and we explored the nearby gardens. And lucky for us, there were magnolia trees which were in peak bloom at that time. And since it was early morning, basically 9 a.m. on a weekend, so there were not a lot of people because it was just some financial buildings around. So we got our sweet time to take pictures, right?
Yeah.
And then our next stop was the National Monument.
And for those of you who don't know what a national monument, it's called the National Mall.
National Mall.
It's not a mall, it's not a shopping mall per se. It's actually a very, very huge garden between the White House and the Abraham Lincoln Memorial.
No, it's behind White House. So the National Mall is a collection of multiple monuments that they have. So it starts from the Capitol building, then they have the Washington Monument, and then it ends towards the Lincoln Memorial. So anything between that is the National Mall.
I stand corrected. But since it was the Cherry Blossom Festival, there are usually multiple events happening around the same time, one of which was the Kite Flying Festival. So there were a ton of people at the National Mall just bringing their own kites with their kids, just flying kites everywhere. It was a really, really good sight to see.
And it was so busy, there were so many people that it was really very difficult to even walk. But in these situations, I don't think they would be hosting so many people right now, right?
Pre-COVID times, right?
So after spending quite a lot of time at the National Mall and enjoying the Kite Festival, the next thing on our agenda was none other than the cherry blossom trees. So we walked towards the tidal basin, which is in front of the Jefferson Museum.
You mean the memorial?
Sorry, Jefferson Memorial, and we just spent some time there.
So it's basically a hop and skip away from the National Mall, and basically what the tidal basin is a collection of cherry blossom trees that were gifted to the USA by Japan in 1912 to commemorate the growing friendship between the two countries. And imagine the scenario there, right? It's a very peaceful Saturday morning with nice wind blowing around, and then the petals are falling off from the cherry blossom trees, and we're just sitting there enjoying the sight without any worry in mind.
It was a really very surreal experience to just have some quiet time at the basin and just enjoy the beauty of so many cherry blossom trees.
Well, it wasn't exactly quiet because there were so many
So
people
many
there.
people, but
But it was
you
surreal.
get the idea.
Yeah, it was surreal nonetheless.
After Tidal Basin, we decided to walk back to our hotel because it was around 4 p.m. and we were ready to check in. And just a quick tip, if you are planning a trip to Washington DC, make sure you wear comfortable shoes because you would be walking a lot. So we had been walking from 8 a.m. in the morning to 4 p.m. I guess, and then we just wanted to go back to our hotel, relax a little bit because we had really special plans for the evening.
We had made reservations at the Plume Jefferson Hotel in Washington DC, which is a very, very classy fine dining restaurant and also a Michelin Star restaurant. And we had reservation around 7 p.m.
I think it was 8:30.
8:30.
I guess, yeah.
Okay, I was very off there. But we were dining with former President Obama, of course, at different times. It's rumored to be President Obama's favorite go-to restaurant when he was in DC.
The whole experience took 3 hours, and by the end of it, we were stuffed.
At the end of the experience, they actually give you a small goodie bag that's filled with chocolates for you to take home and enjoy.
That was a really nice touch. So, how was the whole experience for you?
It was amazing. It took like the whole 3 hours, so it was a little tiring. But I never really understood the concept of getting dressed up in like suits and everything just to dine. But apparently that's a huge thing in fine dining.
It was a good one-time experience for sure.
So after we finished our dining experience, we went straight to bed. Why, you may ask?
Because we had plans to get up at 4 a.m. and then we dressed up in our good attire and went to the National Mall again because we wanted to take some nighttime photography and also enjoy sunrise.
And what a great experience that was. It was a completely contrasting experience between day and night, where in the day we had no space to even walk, and at night there was absolutely nobody. So we had the entire National Mall to ourselves.
Just Anish and I, there was absolutely nobody there at that time.
So we took our own sweet time to set up our tripod and camera wherever we wanted to and take some amazing long exposure shots. And we stayed there until the sunset, where people
Sunrise.
I'm so sorry. Sunrise, where people started flooding up again. But pro tip, if you really want to experience the beauty of Washington DC, make sure to go out in the middle of the night.
Right. That would be one experience that you should not miss while you are in DC.
So after we were done with our photo shoot at the National Mall early in the morning, we went back to our hotel, just got freshened up, relaxed a bit,
and then checked out at 11 a.m., right?
Right. And after we checked out, we went straight to the Smithsonian Museum at the National Mall, which is an amazing museum. If you haven't been there, you should definitely go. And I spent most of my time in the aeronautics wing of the museum, where I felt like I became a kid. Got to try out all the different planes there, and we also saw the first ever plane to be flown, which was by Wright brothers in 1901.
It was, I think it was life-size replica, or maybe it was the actual plane that was flown by Wright brothers. But yeah, it was a really fun experience. One thing in DC that I also wanted to do was try another Michelin Star restaurant, and this was a Balkan style experience. However, our trip was last minute and cherry blossom is a peak time in DC, so we were not getting any reservation. I was continuously calling them. Luckily, we got one reservation for that day, and it was around 4:30 in the evening. So we just
we were starving pretty much.
Right.
So we just grabbed whatever opportunity we could, and we made our way to that restaurant.
And it was really amazing. So I remember there was some per person charge. I think it was $49 or $50, and on that per person you can order anything from the menu and they'll bring it out, and it was unlimited. You can order whatever you want any number of times. So we just had a really amazing experience. We ate a lot, and then it was time to go back home. We had our late night flight, or was it late night or late evening? Yeah, late evening flight back to Atlanta, and then we got back to business on Monday morning, went back to our office and started our normal life again.
So this was a very quick trip on the weekend, just 2 days, one night trip, but it was one of the best experiences we could have had during the cherry blossom season. So if you do get a chance to ever go to Washington DC once travel becomes normal again, I would highly recommend you do so.
And during the cherry blossom season, because it was an amazing time, the weather was really very pleasant. It was not hot and humid, it was really pleasant. We had a really good time, and for sure definitely try Michelin Star restaurants if you get a chance.
As always, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And stay tuned for more future videos to come about life and travel in general.
Bye.
Bye.